G'day everyone. Just wanted to go over or go over my workflow for Windows Mixed Reality. Seems to be getting a lot of hate on the forums. It's probably justified when you look at how Windows Mixed Reality used to be in the past, but it's quite polished now and works really well. So initially I'll just show you the settings I have for Mixed Reality. So these are the audio settings. This will automatically switch to your headset. I'm using a HP Reverb, fantastic headset. Resolution's unmatched. I've owned a heap of different VR headsets, and this one is just by far the best I've used. If you come down to environment, this is for resetting your portal. I never use the portal. Don't go into it at all. No need to. Headset display. I have this on very high. Best quality in here. This is for the IPD adjustment. Now, I can't verify it with anyone else, but as far as I'm concerned, the IPD doesn't work on the Reverb. I can clearly see it work on the Lenovo Explorer, but on the Reverb it doesn't make any difference whatsoever. And I think that could be why some people have a small sweet spot and blurry images outside of that sweet spot. I don't have any of those issues. It works fine for me. But I have an IPD of around 66, 67 mils. The default setting in Windows is 63. So, but like I say, you can move this slider around. Like you can click on it and use your cursor keys to move up and down. And you can clearly see each one of those changes make a difference in the Lenovo Explorer. You cannot in the Reverb, so I just don't think the IPD adjustment is working. Further on down, experience options. Set this to 90 Hz. Don't put it on automatic or 60. It needs to be on 90. If your headset reverts to 60 Hz for whatever reason, you need to find out why, because it'll be a horrible experience. Could be that your PC isn't fast enough. I have a feeling that Windows will just automatically throttle your frame rate back to 60 Hz if it thinks it's not going to keep up when you've got that on auto, so keep it on 90. Next one is your Windows and your Y key to give you control inside and outside of Windows Mixed Reality. Set this to manual, that way you'll still be able to use your keyboard and mouse inside Windows Mixed Reality. I don't use any of the controllers. They're still in the box. I haven't taken them out of the box. Don't need them for iRacing. I just use my mouse and keyboard. One trick here for when you finish your race and you want to check on your results, what you can do is press Windows and Y, then press the Windows key, and it will bring up a dialog box inside your Mixed Reality or SteamVR you'll be looking at, and on there you'll have a button you can click which is desktop, which will then open up the desktop and you'll be able to look at your results there just like you could with an Oculus headset. That was one feature that was missing from Windows for a while, but that's in there now. So the only thing you need to do is hit Windows Y to then get control back for your mouse and keyboard. So moving on, uninstall what it says. Yeah, so from there we'll go up to SteamVR. Now I've pinned the SteamVR button to the taskbar. The way to do that is to start Steam. Click on the little VR button you have in Steam. That will start SteamVR. Then right click on it and then it will say pin to taskbar. And then once you've done that, you can just click on it directly from there. That will start up your Mixed Reality portal. If I click play here, it will actually show the SteamVR. So that's the view inside SteamVR. OBS has an issue with certain Windows screens where it goes black. It's got something to do with the hardware acceleration. I haven't figured out a way of stopping that. So it could have gone black because of where the headset was, maybe. No. Anyway, it's not really important. So if we come down to the SteamVR settings, this is what I've got it set to. I just leave this on enable custom resolution. If I put the Lenovo Explorer headset on, this will go to 150%, which will be a lower resolution than what the Reverb's got. I've awesome frame rate. I've got a 1080 Ti and a 9600K CPU overclocked to 5.1 gig. Works fantastic. I've come from an AMD Ryzen CPU, and the Intel just blows it away for iRacing. So just quickly go through the other settings here. I'm not going to go through everyone, just so you can see what I've got set. These settings down here are more to do with the Vive, HTC Vive stuff. So there you go, that's what I've got set there. So I'll shut this down again. So when I'm finished with using VR, I just hit shut down on that. That's it, shuts the headset down. And as you can see, it's taking over the OBS for a moment. Anyway, so what else have I got to show you? Right, so this is how I start iRacing. I'll just jump into a practice session. Right, so you can go join session. You'll get the iRacing dialog box pop up. Now at this point, if you don't have SteamVR running, you can start it and you won't have an issue with the feedback on your wheel, but you will have an issue if you don't start it before clicking yes. So if you click yes now, you won't have any feedback for your wheel, and you'll have to restart iRacing. Others have said that you can just turn feedback on and off in options inside the game. I can't do that, it doesn't work for me. I have to shut the game down and start again. So click on SteamVR, make sure you've got it all running. Once that's all open, then you can click yes. So just wait for the game to start. Let's begin close. Okay, so we're in the iRacing. I'm just picking up the headset, I'm just holding in my hand. Now, a few people have had issues with the position of your headset in the iRacing space. If you move your head back and forth and the dash in the car moves with you, you have to reset your position inside of the mixed reality portal. So the way to do that is to click over here, set up room boundary, set me up for seated, go I'm sure, then hit center. Once you've done that, then you go back into iRacing and then re-center in the game, and that'll fix that. So as you can see there, that's moving back and forth now, so I move the headset back and forth. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to do when you're in VR, so a little workaround I found is this program called Tiny Task, and you can just do a Google on Tiny Task, and it's a great little program. It records your mouse movements and clicks, and you can save it as an exe file. And so what I do now is just I've got that pinned to the taskbar. I just click that, and off it goes. It's doing that on its own. I always have my mixed reality portal in the same spot, and boom, it's done. So it's just one button click, reset your headset, and you're good to go. So go off to options. So I'll just toggle through what my settings are. As you can see, I've got everything on high detail, and I've had the only issue so far is I had a slight amount of stuttering at the start of a IMSA race at Bathurst when there was 40 cars on the grid, and it lasted for about two corners. But not when I say stuttering, the frame rate dropped down to about 75 from 90, but it was manageable, and like I said, after a couple of corners it cleared up, and that was with the max car set at 20. AA at 4, I found going to 8 didn't really make much of an improvement. I found 4 to be a good trade-off. Use the virtual mirror. I don't have any cockpit mirrors on. I just don't find them that useful. Sharpening needs to be on, otherwise everything in the distance is blurry. That's pretty much it. Sound, just set to the headset. The audio on the Reverb is really good. No issue at all. The microphone's good. So that's that. I'm not sure what else to show you from here. I think that's pretty much it. You just jump into the car. And the level of detail inside the car is fantastic. Like, I can read everything inside the car now. All these labels, everything on the dash. It's just absolutely awesome, the level of detail the Reverb gives you. It certainly trumps field of view any day of the week. Having both would be great, but you need resolution over FOV. And yeah, so I think that's it. If got any questions, let me know on the forums.